Stephen, let me start with you. Lee talked about Anfield being a unique ground in world football, that strange things can happen to both sets of players. As a former Liverpool player yourself and growing up, of course, in Liverpool and attending games, just tell us a bit more about that.
Yeah, I mean, I was fortunate enough to grow up on the Kop, standing there with arguably some of the best atmospheres that I'd ever witnessed. And then the club sort of fell a little bit in the way it was off the pitch and on the pitch, and they weren't as successful, and that atmosphere dropped. But then in came Jurgen Klopp, and then he reconnected with the fans, and he found a way of bringing that atmosphere back. And that atmosphere is as good, if not better, than I've ever heard it in my lifetime. I know they'll talk about the 60s and 70s and early 80s, but my time in watching Liverpool, it's been phenomenal of late, and he's brought that back. But I just think back to the players and the greats of management. You've got Sir Alex Ferguson, Jose Mourinho. They talk about an atmosphere that they struggle to deal with. Mikel Arteta spoke about it last year. But then I look at players and you go, Johan Cruyff said he stood in the centre circle with goosebumps. Messi struggled at Anfield a few years ago in the Champions League to sort of keep his team together when they were 3-0 ahead in the first game. That tells you how big of an occasion it can be. I think what Liverpool fans have is they have a fantastic sense of where the game is at that time and what's needed, how to support the team. It'll be electric there today. I'm made up to be here, but I'm also sad to be missing that atmosphere because it will be phenomenal.
Yeah, it is certainly a factor. You've played there, Robbie, many times as well. But going back on what...
Messi struggled, I didn't struggle. That's
Yeah, you cruised it around for Borough at Liverpool. Yeah. Lee talked about... must not lose. Must not lose. Agree?
Well, I'll put it a different way. I see it more as an incredible opportunity for Liverpool. An incredible opportunity. Somebody's got to beat Man City. Somebody's got to beat them. And this is their hardest game. And Liverpool have a chance by beating Man City today. That puts them 4 points ahead of Man City, 2 points ahead of Arsenal. City, of course, hosts Arsenal at the end of the month, where that's going to be difficult to be a winner, particularly Arsenal. Now, that could be a gap with 10 games to go in the Premier League season. Now, we know the atmosphere at Anfield. We know what's happening with Jurgen Klopp finishing at the club at the end of the season. The fans could almost pull the team over the line. What I would say about today is that with that atmosphere, I think the team's going to need it, because the team that we expect from Liverpool is a strong team. But there's players in there, of course, Szoboszlai I'm talking about, Mo Salah, that haven't played for a few weeks with injuries. And everybody kind of assumes when they see the names on the team sheet, oh, this is going to be great and they're going to be at their best. It doesn't always work that way. So maybe with the atmosphere at Anfield, with that team, it's a leveller. But again, what a chance for Liverpool to take a somewhat decent control of the title race.
It is emotional, without a doubt. 6 Premier League games, including this one for Jurgen Klopp, left at Anfield. In terms of history, often we sit here and talk about stats, and we don't always give a lot of weight to, oh, this team hasn't gone there and won in however many years. But when you look at this particular situation, City have only won in front of a crowd at Anfield once since 1981. That's odd. Is that relevant?
I think it is today, because so often you look at teams when they've lost at grounds and you say, well, those players weren't part of that team. A lot of the City players were part of these losses. They know what it's like to play at Anfield. They know how difficult it is. They know how the atmosphere gives an extra couple of yards of pace in the Liverpool players' legs. They'll be thinking about that today and knowing the challenge that they're going to be coming up against. The big thing is, stats are there to be broken. That's what you've got to be telling the players in the changing room from a Manchester City point of view. You can change that narrative today.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host for NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long. And for even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock. And be sure to tune in for Premier League mornings every weekend on USA Network and on Peacock. We will see you there.